Yo, 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 what up, Mrs. Zoo Nation, aka Savage Farmer General Giraffe, coming at you with a prediction video. So, from this weekend, if I remember correctly, we're supposed to be having Worlds. And I actually wanted to give my honest prediction because let's be real, we have a very good diverse format, and it feels like that anything at this particular time could win. However, if I had to choose the clans and if I had to choose the decks on what my money would be on if I was ever to bet on this, because let's be real, I'm not, because again, is this is like probably the most unpredictable that we're going to have in a while. Um, I decided to do. I was originally going to do a video solely on standard and a video solely on premium. However, I think that I can basically bring both together just to save time for one, and for two, I do believe that there's a lot of clans in here that can do well in both. So after I say what clan it is, I'm just gonna say, well, it's either gonna be good in standard, it's gonna be good in premium, or it's gonna be good in both. So, without any further ado, because everything is self explanatory, here we go. Starting off with Royal Paladins, I do not think that is going to be good in standard. Reason being is the Miyagi Academy hasn't really came out here in the English format, therefore is not really going to be used in the tournament. But if the Miyagi Academy stuff was here just in time for this tournament, I guarantee you Royal Paladin will have a chance in standard, because right now Royal Paladin is looking very good in the Japanese format after the Miyagi Academy stuff. Um, the whole thing with the Psyqualia strife is kind of meh. And then even then, I feel like Royal Paladins have just enough problems not to really be a decent contender. But again, I could be all wrong. However, in premium, seeing that Royal Paladins won last year and was the quote unquote underdog deck, I do believe that it still has a somewhat chance. It does have a very good grade 2 lineup. It does have a very good grade 2 rush, and yes, that's including both a good grade 2 rush from both Shadow Paladins and from Aqua Force and a couple of other clans here and there, including Spike Brothers and whatnot. So I do believe that the whole Tarna combo is still pretty good. I mean, you do kind of waste a lot of hand using the combo, and it is kind of true that there is like a whole turn of your opponent can just well on you right after it happens. But regardless, it still has like a lot of good stuff going for it. And at the same time, I do believe that it has a good enough stride lineup to survive. Plus, who doesn't like three force markers or 3 to 4 force markers in like one turn? So, if World Paladin win, I definitely would say it will be the Alfred deck. However, at the same time, I'm going to put this as a side note. We have seen every once in a while Altmile Brave come up out of nowhere. So maybe it can also be a possibility that all my Brave will come up, but I highly doubt it. That's definitely a literal 50-50. Next up is Shadow Paladins. Shadow Paladins isn't really going to be doing good in standard. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. Even if it had the second wave of support, I still believe it really won't do that well. It would do pretty decent, but it won't take it. That's how I see it. However, in premium, Luard is still practically one of the best decks in the format. Matter of fact, I feel like out of all of the original grade threes that were like the best when it came from the G era, Luard is the best. He's the only one that's surviving right now. He even surpasses Chronojet. That's how good he is. And even though I'm just doing something, he still surpass it. I mean, just the fact that you can get very good recovery and you can get free strides, that's a good thing. Not to mention, they do have a decent grade 2 rush. I mean, I know some Luar players play both the new version of Maka and the new version of Blaster Dark. I mean, who wouldn't pass up doing like a twin drive on their grade 2 turn? I know I wouldn't. So, a possible twin drive on the grade 2 turn, as well as a possible dump with a grade 1. And I'm going to be real with you. Shadow Paladins has literally some of the best stride lineups in the game. You know, even the ones that don't really do too much and the ones that are very situational is a good option. PDB, um, very situational, but it's still pretty good to run in the deck just in case that particular your opponent has like one card left on the field or no field at all comes up. And let's be real, I feel like, and I'm gonna skip over just a little bit, but not really talk about it too much. I feel like there's gonna be great nature players, and what better counter to great nature than PDB? But outside of that, man, a lot of the stuff from from the Divine Dragon of Africa and a lot of stuff from like the AL4 set, it works pretty well. So I do believe that Shadow Paladins do have a huge chance in the game. Next up is OTT. Now, here's the thing. OTT is doing very well in standard and doing very well in premium. A lot of people says that OTT is going to take either one or both formats. Now, here's the reason why I would shoot that down. Even though it's still going to be a prediction that they might win one. But here's my reason to shooting it down. 2016 Vanguard Worlds, we had Grand Blue win the 7 Seas Grade 1 rush deck. In 2017, like I mentioned before, we had Blasters win, which is World Paladins. The reason why I bring this up is both 2016 and 2017, the clan that won the most BWCs is Gear Chronicle, but they didn't win. That's where I'm basically getting at. I know it's a stupid analogy. I know it's a stupid comparison and whatnot though, but let's be real. When Gear Chronicle was winning all of them BWCs, even to a point where first, second, and third place were all Gear Chronicles, even when that was happening, everybody thought that they were going to win the worlds, but they didn't. They didn't win the worlds at all. The 2016 was self-explanatory. Grade 1 Rush was just too damn good. It didn't really get hit at the time when the worlds happened, but it's just too damn good. And 2017, it's a little bit hard to explain, but to give the Cliff Note version, I believe that the format dramatically changed when Demonic Averin came out, and ever since Demonic Averin, the meta changes whenever we got a new set. That's how big the power creep was. So, for a prime example, when Demonic Averin came out, one of the biggest decks at that particular time was Dark Irregular. However, when we came with like Dragon King's Awakening, the next best deck was like what? OTT because of Ikamishima. And then after that, we had the Rondu set, which was Link Jokers. They were doing very good, and so forth and so forth. At this particular time, the main decks were like Kagero, Mega Colony, kind of sort of Link Joker. Yeah, Aquaforce here and there. I mean, these are because Aquaforce and Kagero came from Ultimate Stride. At this particular time, the Zoo Nation booster came out, so now you have Mega Colony, and of course you have Link Joker because the Rondu set was just that good. Um, however, Roll Paladin still won, so we did get Kagero at the finals, so I guess that kind of sort of counts. So basically, what I'm saying is just because they continuously topped in BWCs in both formats doesn't mean that they're probably going to win it. Now, I'm not saying that they are, but I mean, evidence is right there. Also, you got to remember that, OTT is no longer really the number one deck in standard at the moment. I feel like that goes to both Angel Feathers and Neo Nectars because they power creep the fuck out that deck. Not to mention, you still have Murakumo in the format. Yeah, I highly doubt it. But I will say that they probably still might win standard. At the same time, when it comes to premium, OTT has the best Gize deck, so we'll just leave it at that. Next up is Angel Feathers. Speaking of Angel Feathers, oh my god. Now, I don't know about the premium, so I'm going to leave premium as a 50-50. However, I do have huge high hopes for it in standard because it's doing very good in standard. It has that dumbass ruling, which I do not know why Bushiroad decided to keep that ruling in, where if you put like a protect marker in like the damage zone, you can basically get a free heal. I don't understand why Bushiroad decided to keep that in. That is bullshit. But to be fair, to be fair, we do have the thing where if somebody was to dominate one of the cards in my hand, I can use the heal trigger to put. I mean, not the heal trigger. The not heal trigger. The gift marker to put on the field so nothing would happen. Same thing with like Chaos Breaker. When I have to put a card from my hand onto the field, I can just put the protect marker and nothing will happen. So I guess that's kind of fair in a way, sadly. But outside of that, man, Angel Feathers is doing very good. Now, when it comes to premium, the reason why I say it's 50-50 is Angel Feathers is the only other good Gize deck because, no Seal Gize. I haven't really seen Angel Feathers do completely a lot in premium, but that's just me. Like, I haven't personally seen the potential that Angel Feathers what they can do with the new support. So because of that, I'm leaving it as a 50-50, even though I think that's kind of biased. I still believe that they can do something in premium, but I don't know if they can really take premium. Is basically what I'm saying. Next up is Murakumo. Whoo! One of my favorite clans. Um, I would probably say if I had to choose five of my favorite clans from the game, it's definitely Mega Colony at one. Then you have Great Nature, then Neo Nectar, then Murakumo, and Nubatama. Those are my five most favorite clans from the game. The five clans that I always stuck to, regardless of what happened, regardless if they were good or they were bad, regardless if they were struggling for support or regardless if they weren't struggling for support. I always stuck to these five clans. And basically, I'm very happy that now Murakumo gets a decent treatment where they're actually the meta. I'm loving it. At the same time, I'm hating it because the same motherfuckers who was talking shit about this clan is now using it because it's the meta. Fuck off. But anyway, like I'm saying, Murakumo has a very good chance in standard. That Zimbaku lockdown ain't nothing to fuck with. And while I'll admit the second wave of Murakumo support is going to definitely keep it not only as tier 1, but make it 10 times better and kind of sort of fix a lot of the issues that the wave 1 support had. At the same time, you know, it can do very well it can do very well in standard. Now, in premium, it does pretty good. I've seen people top with Murakumo in premium. I've even seen people take first place with Murakumo in premium. However, my main issue with premium Murakumo is the stride lineup. Don't get me wrong, Murakumo has some very good strides. Um, Genma, Goma, Shikaraku Buster. I'll even say it has a pretty decent GBA compared to most of the clans. Um, even Homer Raider, because of Mandela Lord, Homer Raider is now a good card to use again, and that surprised me that Homer Raider is now a good card to use in the clan again. I'm so happy for that shit. But I feel like when you compare it to a majority of the clans that were tier 1 back in, when the G era was still there, like I mentioned before, Shadow Paladins, you got Dark Irregulars, you got Gear Chronicles, you got Bermuda Triangle. They have very good style lineups. And compared to them, Murakumo's style lineup isn't really that good. Like it's good, but you have to literally work for it. And I'm not knocking it, don't get me wrong. I feel like if there was anything that I was knocking on the star lineup for Murakumo, it's the G Guardians. The G Guardians are fucking trash. Even when I was playing the clan, I was like, Murakumo, I love you, but your fucking G Guardians are trash. Like real shit. They are trash. The fact that like two of them you have to have a field in order to use them, it's fucking stupid. And then like the third one, the unflipper, it's like it's good, but at the same time, it's like it could have been a little bit better, just a tiny bit. But the fact that I have to, outside of using Cray Elemental G guards, the fact that I have to depend solely on the unflipper is fucking ridiculous. I hate it. But outside of that mini rant, let's move on. Dark Irregulars. Oh boy. I think Dark Irregulars has the highest chance of winning premium. They ain't gonna do shit in standard. Fuck Dark Irregulars in standard right now until the Wave 2 support come out. When the Wave 2 support come out, then you got my support. But Wave 1 support, you can fuck off. But anyway, premium. You got one card that can basic outside of Enigma Assassin, you got one card that can actually take the worlds. And that's Big Dick Loop. That's Big Dick King. Loop. You heard me correctly. Let me repeat that. Big Dick King Loop. That's it. That's all you have to say. The moment you hear NLK Loop, we won worlds. Moving on. Neo Nectars. Neo Nectars, I'm not too sure in premium. I kind of feel like it's the same way with Angel Feathers. I haven't necessarily seen the full potential of what Neo Nectars could do in premium. So I'm just going to leave that as a 50-50. However, standard, oh my god, Neo Nectars is doing it. Like Cecilia, you are bae. Bruh. One card fill up the whole field with one counterblast. Oh, I have no field. Oh, Cogro, you got rid of my field? Oh, let me use this one counterblast to look at the top 5 cards, get 3 of them on the field, and then also get some plant tokens. Where's your fucking destruction now, bitch? Bruh, that is all you fucking need. Free field, free hand. I mean, it is weird because how come the one Force clan can do something that every XL clan should be able to do by default? By default, motherfucker. By default. Why? I don't understand that. Every XL clan should be doing this by default. Oh, one counterblast. Fill up the whole field. Keep the cards in my hand. Use the cards in my hand for defense. Probably dedicate 1 to 2 cards at most, to the field. Why can't XL clans be like this? But you gave it to one of the one Force clans. We have enough Force clans, and they're all somewhat good. Just the fact that they're 13k Vanguards instead of 12k Vanguards is basically, you already have the advantage. Why can't XL clans be that fucking good? But this is not a rant about XL clans. This is basically a prediction video. So I'm not going to no longer rant about it. But I am going to say that Neo Nectars has a very high chance a winning standard, even as far as defeating OTT, like the bitch it is. But anyway, Neo Nectars has a good chance of winning. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Premium, I don't know, 50-50. I do believe that it has a decent storyline, and I do believe that the Musketeers that shows up in that shows up in Premium is actually pretty decent, and it kind of sort of works well, but at the same time it doesn't. It's weird. So I'm gonna leave it at 50-50. Great Nature. Seeing that the true form, whatever it is called, the Power of Truth is coming out on Friday. You know, I know like a lot of people has like the deck list out already and everything that they want to do for both standard and premium version and Great Nature. I mean, I will admit Great Nature is a very potential pick for winning worlds. Reason being it's the best XL clan out right now. Out of all the XL clans that's been, announced and whatnot, all the XL clans that's been put out so far in both Japanese and the English format, Great Nature is practically the best one. Right next to Murakumo. If I had to choose, the three best XL clans in the game, it's definitely Great Nature, it's definitely Murakumo, and I know I'm going to get some flack for it, Tachikaze. Tachikaze is pretty decent, regardless if you like it or not. These are three XL clans that not only do good in standard, but they also do good in premium, which is the reason why I choose them as a top three. But enough with that saying. It Great Nature, it has good strides in premium, so that's actually pretty good. It has a Leopold stride, so if you're on Leopold, you can use that particular stride. And Barwool is probably one of the best strides we had in the whole game. So good that when everything was dropping in price, Barwool still kept his price up at like 15-20 bucks. I think at the moment bar was like a $34-$35 card, I think. I'm not too sure. But I gotta look that up when I'm done with this video. But however, I do believe that Barwool does something pretty well. At the same time, in standard, they're just amazing. The Hamsuke build, the Leopold build. I mean, even if you don't use the Hamsukes, you still do pretty well. It has multiple ways of, playing in standard. So I have to give it credit to that. Where a lot of decks don't really have too many choices to play in standard, this one actually leaves you with multiple choices to play. Now, of course, the Hamsuke version is the superior one though, but you can use Arm Bison and Leopold and do just as good. So I'll have to give him that. Mega Colony. Okay, I'm gonna be a little. I know this is a little bit biased because I'm a Mega Colony main. I'm a Mega Colony fan, a huge one. So hear me out on this. I feel like that Mega Colony isn't good enough to be tier 1, but is not bad enough to be tier 6. I believe that Mega Colony is so much in the middle that every single matchup is literally a 50-50. I'm not saying that Mega Colony has very good matchups. I'm not saying that they have very bad matchups. I'm saying that all of their matchups are literal 50-50 in both standard and premium format. So I feel like if anybody was to go into worlds with Mega Colony, it is pure luck based if they even win. That's how 50-50 the Mega Colony is. But I mean, this isn't the first time we had like a deck that was like 50-50. I'll probably say another one will be the leaders. But reason being is Mega Colony has in standard, you have Spark Hercules to deal with, which minuses all of your cards by 5k. Now, if you were still on grade 2, oh boy, you better hope you have as much 15k shields as you can because you are going to get fucking wrecked. You're going to get bodied. A full field While your Vanguard is like at 5K, yeah, you gonna get hella wrecked on that one. You either gonna get hella wrecked through the damage zone, or you're gonna get hella wrecked on your hand. Like that's how good it is. The rush game from grade 3 versus grade 2, like rush game, that shit is hella good. And even then, it does a lot of good stuff. At the same time, you do have like the KO combo, which is Antlion and Phantom Black. Like, yeah, I have to ditch 3 cards in the hand, and I do have to have a grade 3 in Soul, but it's actually pretty good. And then, like, even when it comes to like going against Murakumo, if they try to like lock our grade 3 in, we still have other cards that can put grade 3s into the Soul. So yeah, we still have ways to use that particular combo. It may take a little bit longer, but it is still there, and that's what I like about it. When it comes to premium, however, you have you have Vanguard stunning, and again, it may not. I feel like Zimbaku has like a slightly better one because it prevents you from riding into the grade 3, but Mega Colony just straight up stuns your grade 3. You either gonna re-ride into a grade 3, you just gonna be or you're just gonna be at rest this whole time and not really gain any cards in hand. So that's one of the good things about Mega Colony. And then once that happens, it's a possibility you're gonna lose next turn. So that's what I like about it. The stun mechanic is very well done in premium machinings, and then of course you still have like a lot of stuff like Beat Atlas and machining deport and whatnot. You have I mean Despot, I forgot not deport, but anyway, you have all of those. You have Overwhelm, you have Off Tyrannus. I mean, there's like a lot of good stuff that Megakani can now use efficiently. So that's what I like about it. Then you have the other Bay, Gridora. Oh my god. You still have the better version of the Phantom Black uh Antlion combo because now you're putting Zoa in the mix. And when you put Zoa in the mix, it's a possibility that you're not going to block it. I mean that you can't block it at all. So yeah, there's that. At the end of the day, at the same time, at the same time, I'm just pretty happy about that. So again, everything is 50-50 literally with Mega Colony. It's not too good and it's not too bad. So that's why I'm putting it on the list. Next up, you got Bermuda Triangle. I don't understand this. This is what I don't understand. Um, Bermuda Triangle was the last clan to get support in the G era, and it's still topping. Understandable. Bermuda Triangle is going to be the last clan to get support in standard, which means it's not going to get any of these new triggers until standard in standard until like May, or is it April? It's one of the two. And it's still topping. Every other clan that hasn't gotten their new support yet, well, actually, even the clans that did get their new support, you know, it's still topping. And the reason for that is like if you take No Life King out the loop, and if you take Oracle Think Tank Geese out the loop, the third clan and the one that's runner up for both of them is Anj. And it's still topping. How? I just want to know why. I want to know how. It's still a pretty good clan, regardless of how you look at it. It hasn't even got the new triggers, and it's still doing very good against the other clans that did get their new triggers. What the fuck? How is the support that fucking good? At this particular point, I don't even think they even need any more support. So, if An shows up at Worlds, I believe that it is going to top. I believe that there's a possibility that they're going to win. 2018 Worlds might be the year for Bermuda Triangle. That's how good it is. And the stupid thing is, they don't even have their new support. Everybody else does. They don't have their new support. So, GG? Last but not least, in my potentials, I have Dimension Police. I originally wasn't going to put Dimension Police on the list, but after giving it a little bit of thought, it does still do pretty good in standard. You know, getting multiple force markers, having a Vanguard being consistently with a built in crit, having the ability to double your Vanguard's attack no matter how high it is, and at the same time having stuff that forces your opponent to ditch more than one card if they so happen to block the attack, it does pretty well. You know, at the same time, you got like a lot of rear guards that puts in just as much pressure as the Vanguard, so it's evenly matched. And yeah, I will admit the 50-50 starts coming in if they have to go against Murakumo, and I feel like Murakumo is literally the one clan that can consistently take it down. However, I don't know. Only time will tell. And I still do believe that it's a possibility that the Mission Police might actually take Worlds. It's a very low possibility, but it's still there. Before I end up wrapping this video, I'd like to give like a couple of honorable mentions. Gold Paladins with the Ezel deck, Gize with Genesis, or even just standard Genesis as well, because I heard that the standard version of Genesis was actually doing pretty well too. Then you have Link Jokers, of course, premium only. I don't know which Link Joker deck. If I had to actually choose, it would probably be Messiah. And then like Chaos Breaker as a close second. And last but not least, Spike Brothers, because I do feel like that Living Proof's build of Spike Brothers is just too damn good. You know, I'll just put it as that. It's just way too damn good not to leave it off the list. So I'm done with the list. What do you guys think of my prediction list? I know I went on longer than I should have, so I'm gonna just end the video right here. If you have any, what are your predictions for Worlds? Did I miss something? Did I miscalculate something? Just tell me in the comment section or anything else or whatever I post is at. My name is Mrs. Zoo Nation, aka Savage Armor June Giraffa, signing out.